Alright, so in this video, I'll be traveling to Grottos. I'll be using full self-driving beta. As you can see here, I'm trying to have it come out of my driveway, but it is not going as successful. I had to disengage it. I think it was, I didn't see that car and it was coming around the corner too fast. So this video, I'm going to go ahead and put my comments, what the car is indicating, what I expect the car to do when approaching obstacles, and I'll post some other information that I think is necessary. But as always, enjoy the video, and let me know if there's anything that you want to see. Thank you. Alright, so here we're approaching the intersection. Essentially, I want to look to the left and right, so it came around. It went into this turn really fast, I think. I think I had sport mode turned on, so it's, you feel the acceleration when you're entering that corner. So I think it could ease up a little bit, but overall pretty good. So here we're approaching the exit to the highway, and we're just going to sit here in this intersection. Alright, here we go, on the move. So I had to disengage it. It was swerving a little bit, so I felt comfortable just to take over. It wouldn't re-engage, so I decided to take it around and then make the exit manually. Alright. Autopilot is engaged. Autopilot disengaged for some reason. Unsure, so but I re-engaged it. Throughout the drive, I'll be adjusting my my max defrost. There seemed to be like a little bit of glare that kind of persisted through the drive with the rain. Yeah, we'll get throughout the trip. You'll see some poor weather that's detected. So the navigation, so the autopilot was switched to navigation only, and the autopilot feature would be unavailable. And you can see in the visuals, when it switches, you'll see the parallel lines, the blue lines display. Yep, autopilot came back. All right, we're going to try and get over to the right to exit. Car does pretty good. One of the things is always making sure with those exits that, the people are on the right-hand lane have, space to kind of cut in. I think the car did pretty well here. But watch carefully towards this exit. It kind of swerves. I was ready to take over, but no issues. Yeah, this was pretty solid for a good while. There's a truck on the left lane that's kind of slowing us down. So I know the speed limit's set to 65, but we're kind of cruising below 50, around 50. As we'll see here, a car's going to cut in front of me. Autopilot did slow down. We lose autopilot here, it gets switched to navigation. I'm just adjusting my follow distance to 3 instead of 2. Should have checked that out before I went for a drive in inclement weather. Oh, had to take over. Car in front of me stopped really suddenly. Looks like we lost autopilot, so switching to navigation only. So I tried to restart autopilot to see if it re-engaged autopilot, but it did not. So it's going to look like we just got autopilot back. Could because the inclement weather kind of just cleared up a little bit. Alright, here we are approaching our exit. What I'm going to do is manually reduce the speed using the scroll wheel. What I anticipate the car to do is take this exit, come around, and then merge into traffic. What happens here is that as the lane is ending, there's no issues, so it just continues through. But if you'll see in the future, later on in this video, that when the lane ends, the car makes no indication to turn on their turn signal to merge into the left lane. So that's something. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So all right, so we're approaching our exit here. We want to take the exit, and again, we'll have a yield to merge into traffic coming up. So here's a good example. We have the yield. We're coming through. Good. Yep, it's coming around the turn. Another yield. So again, the lane ended. It made no indication. So here we are making a right turn to enter grottos. I think I had to manually kind of hit the accelerator a little bit. As we approached this turn into grottos, it came in very aggressively. Sharp turn, another sharp turn. A car was pulling out. I took over. It didn't feel like the car was going to stop in time. So I just wanted to see what the car does as it approaches a destination. So it just kind of stops there. And I'll go get my pizza. All right, pizza's here. And we are going to come out of here slowly, manually. And then I'm going to turn on the autopilot here. And it comes in really fast, so I disengaged. I re-engaged it here as it comes makes this left turn. The car that was making that turn, it must have confused the car because it was, swerving. We're good here, approaching the stop sign. It's creeping forward. Creeping forward just slightly. There we go. Again, ready to take over if needed, but it was successful. So here we are at the light. It's supposed to make a left at this intersection. There's 2 lanes going left. One thing I'm a little concerned about is that little island, the little island over there, and that intersection's kind of peeking out a little bit. So here we go. It takes over, swerves. I'm taking control. We come around here. All right, autopilot's back engaged. All right, so it's getting us into this middle lane. Again, we just want to make a left here. We'll see how it does. But ideally, though, turns with the lane markings, those I think will give it a better guidance. Yep. Here we go. Successful. Great. All right. So here we'll be approaching our exit. We'll be exiting here, and then this lane will be merging with traffic. Yep, yielding. And if we notice there, the signaling came on. So very interesting. Sometimes it turns on, sometimes it does not. I like it when it turns on. All right, still on autopilot. All right, so we're going to be taking our right exit, and then we'll also be merging. Pretty good here, pretty smooth. This lane is going to end, and no turn signal. So good thing too, because there was a car on the left lane when I was about to merge in. Luckily, they saw me and they moved out into the further left lane, and so I had space to come in. Yeah, again, it should have put its turn signal on, I feel. I really can't get over the visualizations though. It's just awesome being able to see what the car's seeing. In the highway, I mean, it's nothing really special, but once you get into the city, when you get all the lane markings and all the cross traffic and the car seeing like driveways, cars in the driveways, it's really cool. One thing about having autopilot with full self-driving is that you are capped at 80. Before, when I didn't have full self-driving, when I didn't have the beta, I was able to take highway autopilot all the way to 90. So you are restricted to 80, and you will get a warning from the car if you try to scroll up and try and extend it. Car does a good job of just keeping me aware of lane changes to kind of keep flow of traffic. Again, the autopilot profile I have is that it needs for me to select the turn signal for it to execute the turn. I am looking forward to kind of doing the same type of driving, but allowing the autopilot to make the lane change on its own. And so, again, you got to be prepared for that. I'm doing these videos in increments, just testing out the various profile settings, different options that you have, because I just received full self-driving on Christmas. So, yeah, enjoy these videos, and please just as always, just let me know if there's any particular thing that you want to see, and I'll do my best to post it. Alright, so we lose autopilot again due to poor weather, and so now we're just on navigation only. All right, so something strange happens here. So we're currently in autopilot, um, and I'm behind this truck. And then all of a sudden, we are also approaching our exit, but now we lose autopilot. We're on navigation only. Again, with navigation only, this does not take you on your exits. Actually, potentially, sometimes they do, but in this case, it did not want to take the exit for me. Um, so we missed our exit, and we are continuing on. As you can see here, now we got autopilot back, and now we're gonna take the next exit. All right, so now we're approaching an exit to the right, and then we approach an intersection where we're gonna have to merge. So here we take the right, we go on the right hand side. Nope, we're going left. All of a sudden, the car takes me to the right. Car takes me back to the left. Now back to the right. I manually slowed down using the scroll wheel, and then it gets to the right lane. It approaches the yields, and then merges into traffic successfully. Getting to that was very nerve-wracking. But again, there was nobody around me, and as always, I am ready to take control. All right, so this intersection, this road is pretty straightforward. It's just straight. It's no issues, light traffic. But what's going to happen here is you see the flashing yellow light in the intersection. We're at 35, and all of a sudden, the car is going to brake all the way down at least to 20. So again, I was drinking some water at the time. I had one hand on the wheel, but if it started jerking or changed lanes immediately, I feel like I would have been not as prepared as I would like to be. All right, so here we're approaching an intersection. We're going to want to make a right, and then we'll approach another intersection where we want to continue straight forward. All right, we make the right turn. That's successful. It gets me over to the left lane, hits the stop sign. Great. Continues forward. I had to manually accelerate a little bit. I think it was going a little too slow. Car slows down for the bumps, which I thought was really cool. Another stop sign, proceeds on through. There is a bump, this bump, that I think could have slowed down a little bit more. Stop sign, it's going through. One thing to keep an eye on are those little those islands in the middle of the road for pedestrians to kind of like walk in between when they're crossing the road if they need a little extra space or time. So the car kind of bobs and weaves into it, avoids it, but there are moments where they do get kind of close. Again, you always have to be ready to take over. Like that one right there, that was very close. But with that, that's enough excitement for the evening. I'll be posting more content. A couple of them will be 300-mile road trip to Oakland, Maryland. Going up the mountains. Just driving around with the full self-driving, with autopilot on. And then I thought it'd be fun to do another video series. They're talking about, Tesla, you'd be able to send your car off to, give people rides. So I thought if that was going to be the case, and maybe if they roll it out, you had to be like the driver at least sitting in there. So I thought I'd take a couple locations and see how the car would do if it was a robo-taxi. So I thought that would be a really cool series. I'll continue doing those. If there's other locations or destinations or landmarks that you kind of want to see, let me know. Post in the comments, and I will do my best to get to them. So thank you so much, and have a great day, and Happy New Year. Thank you.